Loomis in the gun, hands off immediately. Oh, down the field goes Tate Sechrist. There's the speed. McFarland's not going to catch him. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Tate Sechrist, north and south, hit the second gear and got into the end zone.
52 yards, Tate Sechrist. We saw Elijah Jordan go 60 yards on the last play. A little different this year, Nate, where the quarterback is not the key runner. That's the big difference. Last 2 years, it was Brady Jordan was really the key runner, then with Hayden Packer and a few other guys sprinkled in. The Packer obviously ended up with 1,200 yards, but Loomis is not the guy. Going to go for 2 here, see if they can get that point back.
Loomis in the gun. He's going to roll right to the trip side. Has a man as Dathan Tyson sits down in the zone, and he doesn't come up with it. In and out of his hands. That's a would-be catch. He made a great catch for the first touchdown. He's got to shore that in, Doug.
Really doing a nice job is Dathan Tyson. Sat down right where it was. Loomis delivered it on the mark, one that Dathan would love to have back. But they'll take the score, no question about it. They'll take the 6 points, 8:53 mark. The Bulldogs extend their lead here in quarter number 2. 19-7 on the road here in Pottsville.
You know, and the Dogs have done some things really well tonight, as has Pottsville. But think about one thing, Doug. It's usually around the 8-minute mark of the second quarter where you see the conditioning come into play. And I'm going to be honest with you. Some nice runs there by both Elijah Jordan and Tate Sechrist. Big game. Quick scoring opportunities for the Bulldogs, and they can score often and early, but they are in excellent shape.
Always a hallmark of Tom Gravish and Jersey Shore teams. Conditioning, fast-paced offense, aggressive defense. We've seen it all here tonight. The interception set Pottsville up in a short field, and they cashed in for that tying touchdown and PAT. But the Bulldogs have come back here very strong. 2 long touchdown runs. Elijah Jordan 60, Tate Sechrist 52 to take the lead.
And we've seen Brody Hurd get it down to the 10. He gets into this one over the head and out of bounds. Oh, just so close. And that's the 35, correct?
Comes out to the 35, out of bounds. That was a big bugaboo for Breck Miller. He was such a great kicker, but every now and then he'd get into a habit of kicking him to the left. Very tough. You got to gauge it out there, but Brody Hurd, we expect him to really improve as the year goes on, but the Tide will take that. Always interesting to see, Nate, how does a team respond after you give up 2 big runs on the defensive side? Can you get your offense back on track and do what they did in their successful short drive and put together a longer drive here, come back in this ball game?
And interestingly enough, this year, the Dogs have several players going both ways. So, you know, Max Engel on the field a lot along with Tate Sechrist, and they're right back out there at defensive end. Split wide to the right in the Twins package, Christian Alvarez. He's been a hot topic tonight and a hot target for number 1. Cole Becker in the gun. Snap is back. Immediately thrown to the flats is number 20. Pitch and catch. Good wrap-up, but a gain of 6 yards, and that's one thing Pottsville's done really well tonight. Those first down 5 or 6 yards are picking up.
Reception there by Curry, 2-way player for the Tide. And like you talked, Nate, that spot on the field is open against a 5-2. If you have the receivers that can get there and a quarterback that can deliver it quickly, that's going to be open all the time unless the defense makes an adjustment.
And Pottsville doing an excellent job on first down tonight, not getting behind the chains. In the gun, Cole Becker, single back is McFarland. Trips left, single right, snap is back. It's a handoff to McFarland. He has a hole, but a great tackle on the play by Samar. It was there and closed in a hurry, one-on-one tackling.
Well, Peyton got such great experience last year, started some games, but played a lot throughout the season on the defensive side. And you saw the ability, the good read, but what you see maybe from last year as a junior to this year as a senior by Samar is, can he be a much more effective tackler? And boy, he was. One-on-one there, brought him right to the turf.
Trips left, Zawald in the short back. McFarland to the left of Becker. Snap is back. They're bringing everybody. Tries to get the ball. He fumbles. He fumbles. That's a fumble. Off to the races, number 5, Bo Sechrist. That's a touchdown. Let's see what the flag's all about.
Well, Nate, the flag is holding against Bo Sechrist. He had him by the jersey before he got to the quarterback, before he caused the fumble. So it'll be interesting here.
Did they blow a dead ball, though? This is confusing to me.
If it's not a dead ball, that's a touchdown.
But
yeah, that's a score.
Well, you know what's crazy on that play? I thought so, but here's the reality. Nobody signaled touchdown.
Right. He didn't know the first one either.
So I thought, what did I miss? With the Bulldogs, we talk about that big play. There it was, and you could see, I was almost ready to say Alex Jackson really hasn't dialed it up much tonight. he hasn't really brought anybody. And on that play, it was student body up the middle.
Bo Sechrist saw him last year as a freshman. He wore a different number last year, I think 41, so he changed to 5 this year. Really aggressive, has those great instincts on the defensive side, fights through the hold, fumble cause, return for the touchdown. Bo Sechrist.
Brody Herr in, and it is good. So Brody, little redemption song there. 7:33 to go here in the second quarter. Big defensive fumble recovery for touchdown to the house, but that's 3 big plays tonight in the first half, Doug.
It's exciting to see, Nate, because you always have to wonder when you lose so many players from one year to the next, and Jersey Shore was so explosive the last couple years with Brady Jordan, Hayden Packer, Elijah Jordan, Tate Sechrist, and others through the air as well, Cooper Peacock, Connor Griffin. Who is going to fill those roles to give you dynamic plays? And you knew the defense could probably give you some dynamic plays like they did there, but who is going to give it on the offense? And Nate, you talked about it in the pregame, maybe more through the ground, and we get 2 of them here. Elijah Jordan, 60, Tate Sechrist, 52 yards, and the Bulldogs extend the lead here in quarter number 2, and a lot of time to go here before halftime.
And I think what's surprising here, up 26-7, again, a couple of failed point after touchdowns, but the Dogs not looking super polished, but getting the job done. Brody Herr kicks off again. This one down inside the 15. It hits the ground. McFarland picks it up at the 12. He's down the right side, finds a gap. He breaks away, gets up to the 30-yard line and across the 30. So give McFarland credit there, number 26, the 5'8", 170-pound senior.
Got to love the dynamic plays, particularly when they come when you're not on offense, Nate. When you can have a defense score, it really puts pressure on the offensive team of your opponent. Here, the Pottsville Crimson Tide, and really kind of deflates them a little bit. You know, they're trying to do something. They're trying to come back, and, boy, we make a mistake and give up 6 more.
Yeah, absolutely. In the gun is Becker, single backs. The officials are blowing this one. Oh, they had 12 men on the field. They had an equal dozen there, Doug.
Well, the Bulldogs, they will take that penalty. Not going to turn that one down. You'll take that penalty. Drive them back a little bit inside your own 30, actually inside right outside the 25 at the 26. So 1st and 15, and this is what Alex Jackson and the Bulldog defense love. You love that, man. You want to say, hey, now we have you 1st and long, and we didn't even cause that. Now we're going to put even more pressure on you, see what you can do.
Slate Sechrist looking to get some heat. Max Engel, they're going to bring somebody outside in. Becker looks to throw the screen. He can't get it off. Max Engel, that's a flip. Now here's the rule this year. Outside, they call it the 6-yard rule. They're going to throw a flag. Surprises me, though, because that it should not be grounding outside the tackle box. I read that rule this year several times over. They're going to discuss it.
Well, nice play there by Max Engel. He was engaged a little bit, but then fought through that to put the pressure on Herman. What a great job, though, for the Bulldogs to sniff out. They wanted to go to that screen where they had trips to the left. They wanted to throw the ball that way, and the Bulldogs said, nope, we're not going to allow that. We're going to make you do something else.
And the ruling actually is 3 strides or the inside foot of the tight end. But they did call the grounding, which is surprising, Doug. I really thought Becker had gotten outside the interior line. So that's a loss of down.
So that's the yardage and the loss of down. Oh, those penalties, they are just killers. Sometimes you can say, hey, we'll take the yardage because we have the same down. But then you lose the down as well, and that is tough.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 30 now for the Crimson Tide. Becker in the gun is going to look to get this off quick. Throws it deep, tries to get up top. He has a man open. That time, Dathan Tyson was beat, but no time. So that early throw, unable to catch that. The intended target on that play was number 15, Derek Watkins.
And you know, Tyson is probably going to match up with who they feel is their either best receiver or the guy that they think they're going to look to first, because Dathan has the most experience at that defensive back position. But there he got fooled a little bit. That would have been on target, which it was not. Would have been a big completion for the Tide. Here you have to think, Nate, the Bulldogs are bringing pressure. They're going to bring pressure. They want a sack. They want a fumble. Just had a scoop and score. We want another one if you're the Bulldog defense.
Yeah, and they do. And at the same time, you got to watch the screens. You got to watch some trickery because it is 3rd and 30. Boy, 30 yards is tough to pick up, especially when you're this deep. Pottsville gets a sideline warning. Thank you, Coach Hale. Sean Hale with us tonight. Eyes in the sky for us. When we miss things, he's ahead of the game.
Well, and that was a point of emphasis for the PIAA officials, sideline.
Cole Becker's going to look right. He's going to try to get outside the tackle box. Angle in his face. Misses him. Tackled from behind. Nice pass by Becker. Unfortunately, 16 sat down, went to his knees. Christian Alvarez, high school football, once you're on your knees, you're down. That's going to bring up 4th and long for the Pottsville Crimson Tide.
And Alvarez is a really nice player. He's only a sophomore at that wide receiver and kicker position, 6'2", 165. Nice play there, but it's going to bring him up really short. Dathan Tyson, Elijah Jordan back. Boy, Nate, you talked about it. Got to field this ball. You can really get great position here on this punt return.
Yes, Doug. Field the ball. Get hungry. That's high. Fair catch. And I like that. You know, take it at the 50. You hit the ground, you lose 10, or for that matter, something hits someone's foot. That's another thing we talk about. The ground ball hits somebody's foot, and it's a fumble. So the Bulldogs are going to take over. Excellent field position. I want to give Cole Becker a shout-out right now. He avoided the sack. He avoided what was almost a safety on that last series.
Bulldog offense, Nate, they are hungry, feeling that they really have a chance to really stretch out this lead here before halftime.
Loomis under center, singles right and left. I formation right to left goes Dathan Tyson. Hands off immediately to Elijah Jordan. Makes one man miss, but met immediately. Full head of steam on the play by number 3. That's Nick Englert. Nice helmet to the midsection. Great tackle.
And Matt's coming in to clean it up from the linebacker position as well. 2nd and long here for Jersey Shore.
Same I formation, singles left and right. Loomis fakes the handoff. He's going to go up top, sitting down. No, Loomis is going to keep it. He's going to run around. Smart play. I like Dathan Tyson. He says, I'm not touching anybody. So Loomis, once again, makes a wise decision, Doug. Doesn't throw into traffic. Says, I'll get what I can get.
Really good read there by quarterback Loomis to tuck that one away, pick up your 5 or 6 yards, 3rd and short.
3rd and 3. Fakes the pitch. It's the counter. Tate Sechrist. They defended that well the last time, Doug. You talked about that. But on that play, a great surge by the line and a great run by Sechrist for the first down.
Good job up inside by Sechrist, Delaney, Dahmer, Lorson, and Vandruff.
Loomis under center, 1st and 10 on the 38. Right to left, it's an end around. It's Dathan Tyson. He gets outside, but a good tackle. After a pickup of 1 or 2 yards, stringing that play out was number 11, Luke Matz.
He's been active on this series of downs, and you know that Tyson will get the ball on that jet sweep type of play. Did last year, scored a touchdown late in the season, so he's going to be an integral part of this offense as the year goes on.
I like that play, just getting to the left hash. Loomis under center, left to right. Quick pitch. It's going to be a reverse. No, a fake reverse. Jordan keeps it, tries to get outside. Again, good lateral speed east to west by the Crimson Tide, and that tackles Juju Bainbridge, number 5.
Well, they're showing their speed. They have some good athletes on both sides of the football, do the Crimson Tide, particularly from that linebacker and cornerback position. They really do match up very well, and a really nice tackle there in open field to make that a loss and bring up 3rd and 10.
And we talked about this, Doug. Jersey Shore's big plays tonight have really been between the tackles and bounce to the outside, not getting much on the stretch play. Trips left, Loomis in the gun. He's going to step up in the pocket, throws. Again, sitting down. That hit him right in the hands. Dathan Tyson, I believe. Well-thrown football.
Bainbridge really coming in there, knocking that one away, though, really not giving Tyson a chance to make the completion. And it's great to see the Loomis to Tyson connection, even though that one went incomplete. But, boy, you're going to have to find somebody else that's going to have to become part of the passing game for the Bulldogs.
Back to punt. Brody Herr on 4th and 10 at their own 37. Going to try to pin the Crimson Tide deep. He kicks a low roller. Great kick by Brody Herr, and that's what you want. You don't have to get inside the 5, but inside the 10, down at the 7-yard line. So good kick.
Very effective kick by Brody Herr. Took his time. Defender got in there a little close, but again, that'll be something as he becomes more comfortable, does Brody Herr from that punt position to get those punts away a little bit quicker. But, hey, can't argue with that result, getting it down inside the 10. And the Bulldog defense, up again, really have played well here tonight, led by the guys up front, including Caden Walker, number 75. Didn't really play much last year, 6 foot 225, only a junior in there at defensive line.
Trips left. Watch Pottsville try to get a quick hitter on this. McFarland to the left to Cole Becker. That's going to be offsides on Tate Sechrist. I believe he crossed the neutral zone when the offensive line was set, and they're going to blow that.
So a free 5 here for Pottsville. You know, Tate all-state caliber type of player, but you can't get too antsy up there. You got to wait for that ball to snap and then do your damage.
So the Bulldogs here going to now face what is a 1st and 5 on the 12-yard line. So Pottsville 1st and 5. Twins left and right. Becker in the shotgun. Going to throw immediately. Oh, he reaches out. Samar comes in, nearly forced fumble by Tate Sechrist. Hits Becker in the back. So back to the line of scrimmage, Doug. Going to bring up 2nd and 5.
Really good pressure there. Those defenders have to come in a little bit more under control, keep their feet down and not allow that quarterback a lane to pick up a few yards on that play and bring up this 2nd and short with that 1st down penalty.
Becker took a hit on that one from Tate Sechrist. Great pursuit by Samar. Samar, some of these guys looked a little gassed. They're in great shape, but, boy, they're on the field consistently minute to minute. In the gun is Becker. Trips left this time. 2nd and 5 on the 12. Snap is back. Oh, it's fumbled. It's up. It's picked up. Scoop and score. Touchdown. The Bulldogs are on it. That's a touchdown.
I believe it's Tate Sechrist. I believe it is too. For the score, 4:08 and 8 to go here in quarter number 2. Just shows you what happens when you put the pressure on an offense deep in their own territory. And Bo Sechrist went down on the line, Nate, between the tackles and really just threw them all off and got through there to help cause that fumble, scoop and score. 2nd one of the ball game by the Bulldog defense. Wasn't it, Tate?
We don't have a number on that yet.
55.
55.
Well, Slate's 56 or Talon Lope is 55, so we'll confirm that, guys, and our apologies for that. I thought it was Tate. It may not have been, but no matter what, the Bulldogs score an 8-4 to go here. They extend the lead 32
And
to
Brody
7.
Brody Herr made the best contact all night. It was a bullet wide left, but he got into that last one. You know, the Bulldogs, that snap was a little bit high to Becker. In fairness, I think it was high and it was early, but the heat was what really made the play. I don't think that's on Becker. I don't know whether the snap came early, but like I said, it was hot and it was high. So the Bulldogs, man, that's 2 tonight. Defensive touchdowns. Some teams don't have that in a year, so big breaks for the Bulldogs.
Well, everyone knew the Bulldog team from last year to this, thought that the defense early this year probably had the chance to be the best unit on the field because you have Tate Sechrist, Peyton Samar, some of the linemen up front, Slate Sechrist, Delaney, Vanderuff, Max Engel, etc. That all got great playing time. And they are really putting the pressure on it. Again, Bo Sechrist goes down on between the tackles to help cause that fumble. And I think you're right, Nate. The snap was a little bit high and hard, deep in your own territory, and the Bulldogs turn it around for the score.
Bulldogs kicking off. Brody Herr gets into this one, down close to the 10-yard line. Some elevation under that block, number 5, and he's met immediately. Let's see where that's marked, right around the 24-yard line. So that time, Herr not quite as deep as he's been in the preseason, but gets it down to the 12, but with some loft and hang time.
Ashton Sweeney coming in, along with Tate Sechrist and Peyton Samar on the special teams tackle. They'll take that all the time. Keep your opponent inside their own 30-yard line to start their drive. What a great second quarter here for the Bulldogs. Still 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, and you tack those PATs on, there's 3 or 4 more points. So right now, Engel and Sechrist, the ends, down linemen. Same secondary for the time being. Twins left. Becker's looking deep. Looking to the flats. There's a holding penalty. Ball is thrown to number 20 and completed to Giselle Curry for a pickup of 4.
Have to go back at the kickoff just a play ago. Brought to you again by Joe's Equipment, Cement Drive, Jersey Shore. Give the crew a call. Steel products, parts, and service. All your outdoor work needs. Joe's Equipment. Give them a call, 570-398-1391, our kickoff sponsor for the season.
Yeah, we're so thankful for all the sponsors, record number of sponsors, and we realize, everybody wants to support a winner, but listen, not everybody wants to get out their wallet and make a contribution, so hats off to all the sponsors. That's why we're able to bring the video tonight as well, and we know there have been some hiccups with that, but ironing that out as we go. Thanks, Vince, to all that you do, and Sean, all you do. It's going to be a 1st and 20 now on the holding penalty there on that first down. Becker in the shotgun, singles right and left, 2 backs behind him. Snap is back, handoff immediately, cross back over and Engel comes in and makes a good lick. McFarland had a hole but it closed quickly.
Really good hole on that right side, but Max Engel did what I'm sure Coach Jackson and the team teaches. You got rid of your defender, get away from him, and then slide in and make a nice one-on-one tackle to hold that to a fairly short gain.
I really like the maturity and development of Max Engel. He's truly around 6'3", 220, 225. Moves really well, got fluid mobility, so fills a major void at defensive end this year, stepping up. Did get reps last year, but he looks solid this year. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Becker in the gun, singles right and left. Two backs behind him. Snap is back. McFarland gets the rock. Makes a man miss, bounces to the outside. Sweely trying to wrap up. This is what I talked about, Doug, earlier tonight. The officials have got to blow that whistle. And, again, I didn't hear a whistle. McFarland, I'm not sure if he was down or wasn't down, but he thought he was still running.
Referee pretty adamant that the knee was down. Referee came in and signaled that the knee was down right there. And that sideline official did a pretty good job of coming in and blowing that whistle and saying, hey, that one's done, young man. Would have been a big play, but it's not. Short pickup there for the Tide. Still brings up 3rd and long here from inside their own 35.
You know, it'd be interesting to see. Remember the play they ran, the screen to the far side, let the guys pursue. What the Dogs dial up, but what Pottsville does here going to the second and third tier of the playbook. Becker's in the gun. He's going to look left to the strong side. He's getting pressure. He's going to throw this one up for grabs. It's picked off. Picked off by Samar. I believe he's in bounds. The officials have not officially set. Yes, he is. They're going to mark him out right now, Doug, at what looks like to be the 36-yard line.
Pottsville had 2 receivers there, Curry and Bainbridge, but that shows you what the pressure does. Get him moving backwards, the quarterback throwing it off the back foot, gives Samar a chance to get a good read on that, make a good reaction on the play. Peyton Samar's first interception of the season sets up the Bulldogs. Nice field position here at the Tide 36.
In the gun is Loomis. He's going to pitch it right. He pitches it late. Elijah Jordan picks it up. Nearly fumbles again. Fortunate for the Bulldogs. That pitch relationship really wasn't there. And the defensive end really put the Dogs in a pickle.
That's a really good read by the defensive end there. And number 10, Zelwak. He's been a nice player on the defensive side for Pottsville tonight. So a big loss there, 10 yards on that pitch attempt.
2nd and 19. Loomis hands off directly up the middle. Pickup of about 2 yards and stop. So the Bulldogs tonight, let's face it, Doug, the number of plays they've run outside really haven't been as effective. Pottsville laterally east to west has been quick and agile. Loomis in the gun. It's a 3rd and 17 here. He's going to roll right, picks up a block. He's going to go deep down the sideline. Oh, what a great catch. What a great catch. Let's get a number on that, Doug.
I think that's Dathan Tyson down the sidelines. What a great throw as well. Great throw by Loomis. Great catch. Recognized it right away, did Loomis. That Tyson was one-on-one and was open. Delivered a good strike down to the 14-yard line. Big first down. Bulldogs in business.
Loomis in the gun. Trips left. He's going to pitch this one. Elijah Jordan tries to get outside. He does make a man miss. Down inside to the 5-yard line. Thought I was going to see some laundry there, Doug. Didn't see it.
Great effort there by Elijah Jordan, and Bo Sechrist was out there. That's where you thought the penalty was going to come from, but he did his job to keep the hands away so the holding penalty didn't occur. Nice pickup, Elijah Jordan.
2nd and short, 2nd and 1. Loomis in the gun. He's going to go to the air. No, he's going to keep it. Loomis is going to try to beat him on the track race. 5-yard line. He's hit and met. Great tackle on the play by number 5, Juju Bainbridge.
Bainbridge very solid from that cornerback position. Good tackler in the open field. Again, good recognition there by Loomis to tuck that one away because nobody was open. And as we go and the clock runs to 12.9 seconds, they do a timeout, as they should. Have a chance 2 plays here maybe, but you're going to go to the end zone, you would think, with this play.
You know, I like that. Loomis taking a little contact. Welcome to his senior year, getting outside. Hey, listen, Loomis is going to learn to lower that shoulder and get north and south. And I'll tell you what, with his size, he's not going to beat a lot of people laterally. But I'll tell you, if he gets north and south, he's down around the 2. So, I talk about Pottsville tonight. They're not going to lay down here. You know, and if they can somehow get a stop, it's a moral victory for them with 12 seconds to go.
Well, it would be always interesting to see what you call here. You've gone to Dathan Tyson consistently, the only receiver you've thrown the football to. Do you go his way but then look to somebody else? You have two, Ashton Swaley off to the left. Probably think you maybe roll to the right.
Yeah, they're going to roll to the right and into the boundary for sure. That way they guarantee themselves 2 plays.
Look to see Tyson sit down at the boundary.
Touchdown. Oh, he had it.
Right there in the corner of the end zone. Had it same play that they resulted in the first drive of the ball game, so you still have a chance. Only took 3 seconds or so, 9.2 seconds to go, but it brings up 4th down, right? 4th and 2. Wonder if you try the field goal, guys. You're up a bunch, but you're from that right hash mark. That would be tough for Brody here. Going to go for it.
Loomis in the gun. 4th and 2. He's looking back to the corner, wide open. Oh, just overthrown. He had a man.
Hard
and
to
didn't
see who
connect.
that is. Yeah, that's it. Lights are great here in Veterans Memorial Stadium, but a little dark in that corner of the end zone. Still can't see who that was, and that's a tough throw, though. You're not really rolling to the right, but that's a throw all the way across the field, one-on-one. Hard to gauge where it is. Evan Snyder on that pattern. So the Bulldogs turn it over on downs, but only 5.1 seconds to go here. Boy, if you're Pottsville, I think you take a knee and go to halftime. You're not doing anything here. Maybe you throw it down the field, but I'm saying take a knee, guys. 32-7.5. We're going to see what we can do at halftime.
Like I said, Pottsville did turn the ball over there on the pick. Jersey Shore, excellent field position, but unable to get in the end zone. Pottsville will take the knee. Becker takes the knee. 32-7 right now. At the half, your very own Jersey Shore Bulldogs are winning. We're going to pause for commercial. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
40 years serving the Jersey Shore area community. All Round Tire, your hometown service and tire sales center. Family owned and operated, All Round Tire features Cooper, many other tire brands, including Michelin and Firestone. Make us your first choice not only for passenger, light truck, farm, and ag tires, but also for service, brakes, exhaust belts, and hoses. And we offer the only vulcanized flat repairs in the area. PA State Inspection 2, open weekdays 8 till 5, Saturday till noon. All Round Tire. Cement Hollow Road, Jersey Shore. Always supporting the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, it's the Twilight Diner in Loganton, open 7 days and featuring a full menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and daily specials. So good people ask for their food by name, and they bring that great taste on the road with the Twilight Diner on wheels. And now at this area's newest venue for weddings, reunions, and gatherings, Miller's Barn in Tylersville. Hold your next event in the middle of Amish country. Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, Loganton. 570-725-3911 for takeout.
Need insurance? See Fager Insurance. Fager Insurance at 511 East Church Street in Lock Haven is an independent agency representing Erie Insurance. Fager Insurance works for you to get the best coverage at the best possible price with superior service. You are the person that counts. If you have a loss or claim, Fager Insurance will be there to guide you through the process. Fager Insurance offers auto, home, flood, business, and life insurance. Since 1964, Clinton County residents have trusted Fager Insurance at 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven. You should too. Fager Insurance.
Life moves pretty fast, and so does technology. So we should be proud that after over 40 years, Reese's Print Shop in Lock Haven still provides excellent work for everyone in Bear Country. So many other print shops have closed their doors, but Randy Reese still offers digital and offset printing at competitive prices, and they're fast. Reese's Print Shop, 7 East Main Street, Lock Haven. Stop in, email randy@reesesprintshop.com or call 570-748-6528. Reese's Print Shop. See what we can do for you or your company.
At Taco Bell, we like to keep mornings simple because before 11 a.m., you're not down for whatever.
No.
You're not interested in trying new things.
No.
You want a breakfast that's toned down and delicious, like the Breakfast Crunch Wrap with fluffy eggs, sausage, melty cheese, and a crispy hash brown and a grilled tortilla.
I want to eat that.
See? You may not be a morning person, but it's morning, and you're a person. Taco Bell breakfast, served until 11 a.m. At participating Taco Bell stores during breakfast hours only while supplies last.
B.A. Mikesell is a local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical contractor. With over 10 years servicing north central Pennsylvania, B.A. Mikesell has built relationships with home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Mikesell's trained electricians for all of your electrical needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading warranties. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Mikesell Electric, a proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
A proud supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, TLC Fuels is a family-owned local business. Established in 1998, TLC Fuels serves residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. From fuel oil to diesel fuel and gasoline, TLC Fuels has thrived on a consistent dedication to you and your family. Call 570-753-5722 today.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly back here at halftime as the Jersey Shore band takes the field. It was an excellent half if you're a Jersey Shore Bulldog fan. Off to a slow start, up 7-0 for a while, but we're going to talk about that right now, Doug. You're going to break down some things. Several people are just tuning in, but for those that have watched the game, they're curious how the scoring breakdown occur.
Well, we'll get to the scoring breakdown here in just a second. I want to mention our sponsors, patron sponsors, Steve and Alicia Wadsworth, all season long. Were last year as well, for their package support of our broadcast and support of Jersey Shore High School football this season. Our kickoff's brought to you by Joe's Equipment, Cement Drive, Jersey Shore. Give Erin and her crew a call, and then we'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard here after a couple breaks. Tie Dot and Embroidery on board this year for all of your script printing and embroidery needs. See the staff at 110 Charles Street, Jersey Shore. Give them a call at 570-398-4477. And Duke Fravel, we're dedicating the season to him all season long. Former coach and connected to Tie Dot and Embroidery as well. So we thank those sponsors and all the other ones that you see on the video as well. But Nate, the scoring drive, so very pretty at times, not pretty at others, but what is pretty on the score is 32-7. As you mentioned, the Bulldogs lead at the halftime, and that first drive was a pretty one. 15 plays, 80 yards, 15-yard touchdown pass, Jaron Loomis to Dathan Tyson. Great footwork by Tyson in the front right corner of the end zone to our right to open the season. PAT by Brody Herr was good, and the Bulldogs led 7-0. Teams traded punts, and then Jaron Loomis threw his first career interception. And really nice play by McFarland, turned it down deep into Bulldog territory, and the Tide 4 plays got in for the tying score, PAT as well. So early on in this ball game, 7-7 on the scoreboard, and the Bulldogs looking what we can do to take the lead and turn things around. And boy, in the second quarter, they really did. One play, 60-yard touchdown run by Elijah Jordan. Makes the score, PAT was not good, makes the score 13-7. And also in the second quarter, 48 yards, Tate Sechrist. Really nice run up inside and then broke it out. Again, the PAT was no good. And then the defense, Nate, really turned it on. Fumble, scoop, and score, and then a second fumble, scoop, and score. And we still don't know who got that second touchdown. Tate Sechrist got the first one. Do not know who got the second scoop and score. It was Slate. Chris Davis just confirmed that as well. So the Sechrist brothers, how about that? Tate won the first one, scoop and score, and then the pressure by Bo Sechrist, forced to fumble, scoop and score, and boy, the defense just comes up really big. Bulldogs almost got into the end zone on 4th and 2. Pass play went incomplete as the first half basically wound down, but what a great second quarter. Tied at 7, and then 2 offensive and 2 defensive touchdowns in quarter number 2. And Nate, what's impressive to me is that the defense that we expected to be strong against the run is again, but have done a pretty good job against some nice receivers for Pottsville. And while they've made a few completions, they haven't had that big play to break anything open. And the Bulldogs leading big here, 32-7 at the break.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Doug. The breakdowns there is excellent. The Shore defense has played phenomenal tonight. The only thing that they had stacked against them on the first series was field position as Pottsville had flipped the field and did some great things well. Excellent play calling early on for the Pottsville Crimson Tide. Jersey Shore offensively, yet to see the true identity. Balanced, some big plays, Doug, some big runs. We talked about the breakdown. One thing I'd like to see them do a little more is get back to pounding the rock between the tackles, getting to the outside by bouncing it. And you talked about this earlier. Dathan Tyson's been a primary target, but in the 7-on-7s throughout the year, they were really, their identity was having 3 or 4 receivers that could complement one another. So I'd like to see Loomis look off a little bit and share the wealth.
No, there's no question about that. And it's always a thing that you think a quarterback who's not really experienced, like Jaron Loomis, he's going to look to the guy that who's going to catch the ball. And you know Dathan Tyson probably going to catch the ball almost all the time that you throw it to him. They had one drop on the PAT attempt. And then he had one, a contested drop as well. But most of the time, you get the ball in his territory, he's going to catch it. He's got to learn that, hey, these other guys can also catch the football. They did it in the 7-on-7s. They did it all season long. And Coach, he's in his ear saying, hey, Jaron, yep, that's great to look to Dathan, but if he's not open, you got to look at somebody else, and you need to get someone else in the mix so the defense can't shut us down through the air.
Absolutely. And when you start to look primary, secondary, third receiver, scour the field, head on a swivel, now you get that separation where if you can make a guy miss, you're off to the races. So anyway, we're going to pause for commercial here before we get back to the second half. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
If you want to sell a house or buy a house, make it Anchor Realty in Lock Haven. Dave Winkleman and his team are ready to help you. Dave's a Jersey Shore graduate. He's ready to help fellow Bulldogs get that deal they want. He's motivated to market your home and find you a new one. 570-858-0777 for Dave Winkleman and the team at Anchor Realty. Ask Dave how he can guarantee your home will sell within 90 days. 57 Belfont Avenue, Lock Haven. Anchor Realty, ready to serve you. 570-858-0777.
It seems like there's an automotive parts store on every corner, and they all probably have the part or product you need. But do they know what you need? And do they know they have it? For automotive parts and knowledge, come to the automotive parts store that has automotive experience, Napa Auto Parts. The staff at Napa Auto Parts has the experience to answer your questions and make sure you get what you need. Napa Auto Parts, Hogan Boulevard, Mill Hall, and Bridge Street, Jersey Shore. Napa Auto Parts, Central PA's trusted source for automotive parts and knowledge for generations.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise. But Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your local Erie agent is Brigandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley. Get a quote today.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Muncie Bank has a proud history of serving its community. So when local readers vote Muncie Bank the best bank and best financial services, it is humbling. It tells us we're doing the right things for our people. Power Financial's 5-star rating is one we're so proud to have earned since 1990. It speaks to trust, reliability. And our Best Bank to Work For award means our employees have voted Muncie Bank a great place to work. From all of us at Muncie Bank, thank you.
Hard work is the foundation of the job site. Boot Barn Work and Carhartt are committed to supporting the hard workers that keep our nation moving. Boot Barn Work proudly offers a broad selection of Carhartt workwear and boots, known for durability and quality since 1889. When the work is relentless, Carhartt is trusted to finish the job. With so much on the line, there's no room for cutting corners. Carhartt at Boot Barn Work.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly, we're back here at Pottsville. It's the halftime show. Less than 5 minutes before the kickoff here, the second half, and we talked about the scoring drives, talked about some chemistry offensively for the Bulldogs and what they did well on defense. Let's get to some stats, Doug.
Well, we're going to do the out-of-town scoreboard, Nate. We'll get
I'll
the
get
stats
used to
on
that.
the
I'll
next,
get used to that, Doug.
We'll do the
We'll get in the rhythm here before midseason.
Absolutely. Again, our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you this year by Tie Dot and Embroidery for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. See the staff at 110 Charles Street, Jersey Shore. They've been there a long time. Do quality work. Give them a call at 570-398-4477. So we'll lead off some of the area scores. Wow, that's a surprise. South Williamsport, who should have a good team this year, but they're shutting out Milton 7-0 at the half, and we're just kind of going to run down here what we have at the halftime. Shamokin leads 7-6 over the Green Dragons, who we'll see next week in Thompson Street Stadium for one of only 4 home games this year for the Bulldogs. in a really good matchup. Delaware Valley, big 5A school at Selinsgrove, and the Seals, who we expect to be very, very good, but had questions about the defense. They are leading the Warriors of Delaware Valley 7-6 at the half. Central Mountain at Mifflin County, and Wildcats, boy, they struggled last year to 0-10, and Mifflin County had a nice turnaround season at 6-5. And I believe they're the Huskies, Mifflin County. They are leading, shutting out the Wildcats 28-0. State College Williamsport. State College went, I think, all the way to the quarterfinals last year before they lost to Harrisburg, who they play in season. They are all over the Millionaires, 42-10 at the half. Warrior Run Muncie. Muncie should have a very nice team this year, as they did last year. They lead Warrior Run, the Defenders, 20-12. Southern Columbia coming off 6th straight title, and a lot of people think this team is going to be a great one, and they are leading Berwick on the road. I think that is 36-0. Wow, that's a tough one. Mifflinburg, who we'll see later in the year, beating up on a not good Midwest Mustang team, 27-0. Bald Eagle area, really good first game of the year against Bishop Guilfoyle, and the Bald Eagle Eagles, who should be good this year. They are leading 10-7. We have two more. Danville should have a nice team, but down a little bit from last year, all over their neighboring rival Bloomsburg, the Panthers, 35-0. And then Hughesville, Montgomery, boy, that's a neighbor school rivalry there at 6-6. And then one more, really good, again, statewide game here. Berks Catholic from District 3, 14-13 over what should be a really solid Lancer team at Loyalsock. Halftime, 14-13. So there's our out-of-town scoreboard again, brought to you by Tie Dot and Embroidery. Nate, some great scores there. Some surprises as well, which always happens in week number one.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, it's great to see. It's a new year. It's a new look for a lot of schools. And some new coaches. We scrimmaged Whitehall, and they had a first-year coach and an AD who'd been there for 21 years, and he was just saying they might be two years away from another great run, but at the same time, they're picked to win tonight big. So you never know till teams show up what they're going to produce. New crop, new year, new identity, maybe a new offensive wrinkle here or there. Jersey Shore looks to try and be balanced, and at the same time, we're still seeing some glances of explosiveness with quick plays. The defense really dialed it up there at one point and started bringing the heat. So that's a good thing. We're going to pause for one more commercial break here before the half. You're listening to high school football, Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Fred Ham Incorporated has proudly served Lycoming and Clinton counties with residential and commercial trash removal since 1968. Family-owned company that cares about the environment and their customers. They provide extensive trash removal and recycling options, including bags, cans, dumpsters, even small and large roll-offs. They have a fleet of trucks for reliable pickup and convenient online bill pay. Call Fred Ham Incorporated today at 570-398-1814.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means... Wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait! Unlimited first-year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
It's time for an insurance review. Every now and then, you need to know you're getting the best coverage at the best price. So here's a phone number, 570-865-5191. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt will give you an overview and make recommendations on how you can protect yourself and your family. Auto, home, life, health, property, or business, it's Eberhardt State Farm. Available online at insurejerseyshore.com. Eberhardt State Farm in their new offices, 600 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore. 570-865-5191.
There's still an Agway in your local area. X-Agway in Jersey Shore. They have been supplying the community for years. X-Agway, everything you'll need to win the seasonal fight, whether it's fertilizer and lime for lawn and garden season, or rock salt and ice melt for the winter weather. Right now, it's time to set your food plots and grab wood pellets from X-Agway. 112 Harris Street, Jersey Shore, X-Agway, local people taking care of local people. 570-398-2770.
Everything costs more, and lots of us are worried about how much we'll spend this coming winter to heat our homes. Make sure to call Hollick's Colon Oil in Jersey Shore. 570-398-1190. Providing stove, nut, pea, buckwheat, and rice coal, heating oil, outside mix kerosene, and off-road diesel. A fixture in the Jersey Shore community for the last 72 years. Hollick's Coal and Oil, ready to keep you warm this winter. 570-398-1190. Online at hollickscoalonoil.com.
This is Dr. Brad Schaefer. As a podiatrist, I can tell you no two people's feet are alike, which is why I recommend Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. They're customized for your feet, so you get a unique solution your feet really need, not just a one-size-fits-all insole. They're clinically proven to provide pain relief for achy feet, knees, lower back, plantar fasciitis, and heels. Take the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotics assessment in Walmart today, now in the foot care aisle.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
It's Friday Night Lights. Nate Carpenter back here, listening and viewing audience here on the Bear Country Sports Network. Doug, off to a solid start here, 23-24 season, week 1 here. We're down at Pottsville playing the Crimson Tide, steeped in tradition, beautiful stadium. You've got some stats for us, Doug.
Again, compiled by Coach Chris Davis, and we give great thanks to him and everyone helping us all throughout the season. On the offensive side, Tate Sechrist, 11 carries, 79 yards, and that 152-yard touchdown. I said 48 earlier on. Elijah Jordan leading the way, 9 carries, 84 yards, 60-yard touchdown scamper for him as well. Jaron Loomis, his first start at quarterback, 8 for 15, did have the 1 interception, but has the 1 touchdown, 94 yards, 15-yard touchdown to Dathan Tyson. So Tyson leads on the reception side. He has 6 receptions in that 15-yard touchdown. Peyton Samar with the other completion at 12 yards. So pretty good balance on the offensive side, trying to find that identity, and they will here over the next week or two. On the defensive side, lots of guys in on the tackles as well. Bo Sechrist has 3 assists, 3 tackles. Tate Sechrist, 3 single tackles. Peyton Samar very active, 4 assists and 3 tackles as well. But the big plays on defense, Nate, Bo Sechrist with the scoop and score, 15 yards, and then Slate Sechrist on the fumble recovery as well, 6 yards.
Second half underway. Brody Herr kicks it high and deep to the 15-yard line. McFarland on the catch. He's met and pushed out of bounds by number 9. That's Sweely, Ashton Sweely on the tackle.
Good coverage there by the kick coverage team. See what the Crimson Tide does down here 32-7 as the third quarter begins. So you're down 25, Nate. What do you do if you're the Crimson Tide?
Right now, I go back to the first down, the quick hitches, the quick passes to put themselves in second and short, not get behind the chains. That's when the Dogs really dialed up the heat in the first half. So in the gun goes Cole Becker, single back. McFarland fakes the handoff right over the middle. 2 receivers in the same spot. And really almost picked off then. Just looked like an identity crisis on that first play for the receiving corps.
One of those 2 did not run the correct path because they were going to cross each other in the middle of the field. They were both kind of open, but you can't throw to both guys at the same time. And again, back to the kickoff, brought to you all season long by Joe's Equipment, Cement Drive, Jersey Shore. Give the crew a call. Steel parts, products, and service. All your outdoor needs, 398-1391.
Instead of a catch on that first down, it's 2nd and 10. Cole Becker is now out at slot, moving him around. McFarland, the Wildcat. See if he throws the football here this time. Fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it right up the middle. He's got some running room. Somebody missed an assignment for the Bulldogs. Cole Becker went to slot. Somebody went with him, and McFarland picks up a nice gain, moves the chains. 1st and 10 on the 40. For the Pottsville Crimson Tide.
Ashton Sweely, good tackle there, forcing him out of bounds, but not till McFarland does pick up that first down. Their best running play of the ball game for the Tide.
So give McFarland credit on that. He got north and south and took advantage of that. He's still in the gun. Dogs in the 5-2. Twins left. McFarland right away, right up the middle. Didn't hesitate. And he's met by Max Engel, who says, "You're not getting outside edge on my watch."
Peyton Samar coming in to give Max a hand on that play, but really nice play by Engel to keep the containment. Shook up a little bit as Max on that play. A big difference for him last year. Last year, Nate, he would come in spot duty. Now he's offense, defense, and special teams. So really a turnaround for Max. Boy, he's played really well so far.
Loss of 1 on the play. Max Engel with a big first down tackle. In the gun, Cole Becker Twins left, single right. Trying to get him to flinch is Tate Sechrist. Tries to bring the heat, gets the hands up, and that's all it took. Just enough pressure on that play. Give them credit. Becker says, I can't hold on to this football. I don't have enough time. Trying to connect on that play to Christian Alvarez in the flats.
And got to call out Caden Walker again. First-year starter, number 75 inside. Really some good interior pressure. Owen Vanderruff as well. Owen Vanderruff, really nice job. I mean, that push inside, Nate, causes that quarterback have to take a look. What's happening inside forces the incompletion.
Sechrist on the edge as Max Engel gets a breather. In the gun, Cole Becker. It's 3rd and 11. See if the Dogs dial up the heat. Hard count to the flats. It's caught by number 2 and met immediately by number 9, Ashton Sweely. Give him credit. Great tackle by Sweely. Number 9. Limiting the pickup. What could have been yards after the catch was stopped immediately.
We saw Sweely play spot duty last year, and you could tell he had some skills. Now converting to a starter, and you can really see how he's matured as a football player and as an athlete. Really nice play there in the open field to force this 4th and short.
They're going to try for this one, Doug. Interestingly enough, hard count do we see? Do we see Cole Becker drop 5 more yards and do a pooch punt? We'll see. Nope, they're going for it. And he's pressured immediately and wrapped up. Big tackle. That's number 11, Brody Herr, bringing the heat. Wow.
Got to like Brody Herr. Last year's the South, when we talked about it, came over from the soccer team, really trying to figure out what is this game of football. This year he's figured it out, really playing on both sides of the football PAT as well. Big sack there on 4th down for Brody Herr.
Interestingly enough, Brody Herr, fun fact, phone a friend, use a lifeline, part of the 4x100 relay team, which broke the Jersey Shore record this year all time, and he looked like he was shot out of a gun on that last play. 1st and 10, what a big defensive stop. Becker unable to do anything with that last 4th down. Handoff immediately up the middle from Loomis under center. Moves the pile. Great surge. Now it looks like steamroller.
I agree with you, Nate. That's what you're going to see here. Tight formation, just going to try and run them over. Keep the ball moving, keep the clock running.
Yep.
You're up 25. If you can punch it in, great. But you want to shorten the ball game on the clock.
I formation. Loomis under center. He fumbles the football, gets back on top of it. Fortunately for him, he just wanted to hand that ball off a little too quick. Not sure if the snap got all the way up to him, but that's a wasted down. 3rd and 6 now. 9:50 to go here. Ball on the 31. In the gun. Single back. He's going to keep it. He's going to keep it. No, he pitches it. That's good relationship. Down the sideline. Not sure who had that ball, Doug. It's twilight here. A little more difficult to see on the air.
Really nice job there by Loomis. We saw him run that option, and they didn't run it well. Didn't have the pitch relationship there. He did to Elijah Jordan. Kept it till the last second. Really nice pitch delivery there by Loomis. 1st down.
Loomis in the gun. Hands off immediately. Up the middle. Nobody touches him. Misses a man. Trying to continue to run, and he's not going down easily. You know what made that run, Doug, was the initial surge. He was able to evade that first tackler and just kept moving.
Big guys up front, led by Dyson Delaney. Tate Sechrist running hard for the Bulldogs.
In the gun, handoff. No, he keeps it. Loomis keeps it on the quarterback. Oh, there's a flag. They're going to call a hold or a lineman. The lineman was way downfield, but he looks like a hold.
So the change, Nate, this year, we didn't talk about it in the first half. The change for holding is it used to be from the spot of the foul, which there probably wouldn't have been any different, but it's from the line of scrimmage. So 10 yards from the line of scrimmage for holding. It does eliminate those ones where if you got a holding in the backfield and you're 8 yards back, then it's an 18-yard penalty. It eliminates that, so it's from the line of scrimmage. So unfortunately, it erases the Jaron Loomis touchdown, which would have been his first rushing touchdown of the season and his career, I believe. Going to bring that one back. So the hold against the Bulldogs going to take that one back to the 15-yard line. Going to go again, 1st down.
And the other side of that, Doug, I really don't think it would have affected the touchdown. Loomis really didn't need the block, but nonetheless, 1st and 15. Loomis hands the ball off, immediately met. Good tackle up front for Pottsville. Looks like that was number 84, Max Clues. Loomis again in the gun. They're going to go hurry up. 2nd and 14. He rolls right, looking for someone to sit down. Yep. Picked off. Again, going to the hot read, Dathan Tyson, who really didn't get separation. They've run that same route repetitively, and it's time for another wrinkle.
Again, the very good coverage by the defender. Talked about that at halftime, Nate. Pretty good delivery, but the defender knows it's coming. You're only going to one receiver. Sat down right on that, right at the turf, made a nice catch for the INT. So at the 8:54 mark, Bulldogs have a touchdown erased by the holding penalty. Could have stretched the lead there, and then on the next play they throw the INT. So the defense takes over. 1st and 10 for the Tide from their own 5.
Becker in the gun and deep in his own territory, starting at the 5-yard line. 1st and 10 motions left to right. Handoff on the jet sweep. It's a safety. It's a safety. Unbelievable. Who made the tackle, Doug?
I think that's Max Engel, number 4 from the outside. I don't think so. I thought that was maybe Peyton Samar on that side. We apologize. Really hard to see here. Great.
I do believe it's Samar. He just got a high five on the sideline from the coaching staff. So Samar went lateral, brought the heat. The jet sweep, he took that and bowed it and took it a little deeper in an attempt to get a little separation, and it really hurt him. Safety. So that now you're going to see Pottsville from their own 20. Do they have a choice to punt or kick here?
Correct.
So that's not a rule change. So what you're going to see here is an opportunity for Pottsville to either kick off or punt the football. Back to receive for the Bulldogs, Elijah Jordan. And I'll get you the other number here in a second. Possibly Brody Herr. The upbacks, Tate Sechrist, along with Dathan Tyson. Doug, that's safety huge. That's 3 defensive scores tonight for the Bulldogs.
Fantastic. Really good job there by Peyton Samar. And I was going to say, Nate, we apologize a little bit. This stadium is great, Veterans Memorial Stadium, but the lights are a little dim, and it is a little bit hard to see some of the numbers on the far side of the field, so we do apologize for that. But Peyton Samar gets credit for the safety. 3rd defensive score for the Bulldogs tonight. 8:49 mark to go. The offense going to get another chance here in just a second.
Different kicker here. Nick Engler kicks it off, and he kicks it deep. Brody Herr says, it's mine. He's off to the races, gets a block. He's fast. He's standing people up. Clear down inside Pottsville territory. 10-15. They're going to mark that down at the 34, I believe, yard line. So good return. Brody Herr said, I'm going north and south. Nothing fancy on this return.
Hard tackle there by the Crimson Tide kick team, but a nice return there by Herr to set up the Bulldog offense. 1st and 10 at the 35 of the Tide.
Loomis under center, right to left. Quick pitch right is Elijah Jordan. He gets the outside. Boy, he looked quick on that, Doug.
And that's a play we've seen him run the last 2 years, freshman and sophomore years, for Elijah Jordan. Really likes that, but he can turn it on in a hurry. Does a good job of planting that foot, getting upfield. Nice pickup of 4 there on 1st down.
3-yard gain, Loomis under center, right to left, Dathan Tyson. Timeout, Pottsville. So, Doug, what I'd like to talk about briefly is just the fact that the Bulldogs offensively have done some excellent things tonight. They've scored in a hurry, 1 touch, 60 yards, 1 touch, 50 yards. They've done some excellent things. At the same time, it's the defense tonight that's had the identity. You know, if I put my stock in one side of the football tonight, it's been the Alex Jackson defense. That's not discrediting Loomis. That's not discrediting the offense. I'm simply saying right now the Bulldogs have got to figure out what their identity is, kind of get back into the rhythm. You know, the penalties. We talked about the interceptions, but there was a fumble under center. There was a key penalty at a crucial time. And those are the types of things they shoot themselves in the foot, and they take you not only out of rhythm, but they put you behind the chains.
Well, the penalties are really tough when they erase a touchdown, which they did on that last drive.
Loomis under center, same play. Jet sweep. That's Dathan Tyson. He's got the edge. Down inside. Makes a man miss. Cuts back. Cuts back outside. Good run by Tyson inside the 10. We'll see where the officials spot this. They're going to give him the 9-yard line. So it looks like it's 1st and goal for the Dogs at the 9.
Really good blocking there to give Dathan Tyson a nice pathway, but good vision by Tyson, able to cut back, pick up an extra 10 yards.
Seacrest, Jordan, left to right, goes Sweely under center. Quick pitch right. See if Elijah can get the edge. He looks like he has it. Does he have a block? Tate Seacrest blocks 2 guys inside the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Seacrest said, I'm not just going to block 1, but I'm picking 2 guys off.
And good patience there by Elijah Jordan. Knew he had a couple blockers in front, particularly Tate Seacrest, and waited. Said, hey, I'm going to wait for you to engage that defender. Did just that, and then powered ahead. 9 yards for the touchdown, 7:52 mark. The Bulldogs extend the lead 40-7 over the Crimson Tide.
You know, and that we talk about identity, there it was. Brody Hurt a kick. Loomis the hold. The snap is down. The kick is up. The kick is no good. So when he has missed tonight, there was one short one, and there's been multiple, wide lefts. So 40-7 is your official score. 7:52 to go here in the third quarter, Doug. What did you see on that offensive series that impressed you? We just got done talking about the defensive identity. Where are we going to be as an offense? And there it was.
Nice couple runs inside, Nate, but the jet sweep was the big play by Dathan Tyson. Again, you expected him to be a really important component on both the defensive side. He's kind of the main defender against the best receiver of your opponent's pass offense, but on the offensive side as well, because he has some experience. What's nice to see, Nate, is that he just doesn't try to run to the corner there. He slowed down, made a move, picked up an extra 10 yards, set up Elijah Jordan for that 9-yard touchdown run. What's really impressive is not only do your linemen block, that's their job, but your running backs, when they're not carrying the football, like Tate Seacrest on that play, Brody Hur as well, we've seen it throughout the ballgame, they're willing to engage and block for their teammates, and they spring Elijah Jordan for another touchdown run.
Yeah, very unselfish on that play. Brody Hur kicks off once again. This is deep. This one's inside the 10, down to the 7. Returned by McFarland. He has a hole, makes a cutback, makes a man miss, dragging would-be tacklers out across the 35 to the 36, and his knee buckled. I hope he's okay. He went back on it. We have a Jersey Shore guy and McFarland. So Max Engel and him end up in a weird situation. 2 players you don't want to see injured. Jacqueline George and her training staff for the Bulldogs coming out. They're going to do some assessments on the right knee. So as they tend to Max Engel, talk about that kick. It's the first kick that went clear down and deep to the 7-yard line, but out kicking his coverage a little bit. McFarland made a great return, did get up on his own. So hopefully he's okay. Right now tending to Max Engel. So still half of a quarter to go here, and Pottsville looking to get back on the momentum train. Becker's looked good tonight. I think what's really – the Dogs have controlled the destiny of the Pottsville offense since about the second quarter because they really pinned their ears back and started to get the pressure done.
Yeah, since the 4-yard touchdown pass from Becker to Alvarez, and Max Engel jogs off the field after getting released from that cramp a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe Max maybe not done for the night, but maybe takes a couple series off, kind of get the wind back, get some fluids in him, get someone else in to take some snaps, particularly on that defensive side. But you're right, Nate. After that touchdown pass from Becker to Alvarez, the defense has been dialed up by Coach Alex Jackson and staff, and the players have really responded well and forced the Tide into a number of turnovers.
So Engel replaced by Slate Seacrest, 6', 205, junior. Becker hands off. No, missed handoff, botched play, tries to get outside. He's going to throw this one up. Give Becker credit. What looked like a botched play. Another man down. So is that Samar? No, that's Brody Hur.
Brody Hur kind of landed funny, kind of landed on the quarterback a little bit. Sometimes when you land either on the football or on your opponent, kind of get the wind knocked out of you. But Brody hops back up, stays in the ball game, but he is going to take a play off. Go to the sidelines as well. I can't see that number date. He's replaced on the defensive line by.
Yeah, it was 59, yes.
Travis Blackburn, only sophomore, 5'10", 210. Going to get a couple snaps here, sub for Brody Hur.
So the Dogs substituting, giving them a break. It is hot tonight. It's humid. Becker's in the shotgun, 2nd and 10 on the 36. Offsides on the Bulldogs. So Blackburn comes in and is a little early out of the gate.
Penalties have been not a huge factor. There's not been an overabundance of penalties, but there's been penalties at key times. One erased a Jaron Loomis rushing touchdown. That second drive of the ball game set the Bulldogs back and kind of set the Tide up on a shorter field. Have to clean that up here after week number 1.
I'm keying on him. See if he can make up for that play. 2nd and 5 on the 41. Becker in the gun. Trips left in the tight quad package. Ball immediately thrown like a little bubble screen. He gets outside. Good wrap up, though. Credit where credit is due. Good tackle.
Montone on that reception. He's had one early in the game as well. Picks up a first down for the Tide and into Bulldog territory on the return.
Evan Snyder in on that tackle in to replace Peyton Whitman. So Snyder getting some reps as well. That's a first down, though, 49-yard line. They've crossed midfield. Pottsville, the Crimson Tide moving. Single back is McFarland. In the gun is Becker. He gives a quick pitch right. Hot pursuit is Samar. Doesn't get there. Pushed out of bounds by number 28. That's Whitman.
Yeah, and you can see the effect of players going both ways. You have a Pottsville player down here with what looks like a cramp, and a couple of the Jersey Shore players a little slow getting up, and it is hot, Nate. I thought that today when I was at home in Lock Haven. Boy, the sun was out. It's very, very humid. First time where your team is really going to have to play an extended number of snaps, and that usually is a factor. So you're going to get a chance here to take a little bit of a break at the 7:06 mark. 40-7, Bulldogs lead here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, and we talked about it. It rained last night into the morning, and it rained up until around 11 o'clock, and they didn't have as much rain down here, but it was 84 at kickoff. The sun was warm, and it was humid. And like you said, Doug, this isn't 7-on-7. This is your first real test. And to be frank, this has been a very long game. I'd be interested in seeing the total time of the game. We're still halfway through the third quarter. Dogs up 40-7. 2nd and 8 on the 47. Cole Becker in the gun, left to right goes the Walt. Handoff immediately up the middle. 26 Met. McFarland picks up maybe 2. But a great tackle by Dathan Tyson, Samar, and number 5. We're going to get used to that household name too, Bo Sechrist.
You can tell why McFarland had 1,000 yards plus last year. Very effective. Nice move in the hole there to spring himself forward a couple yards, but a good cleanup tackle there by the Bulldog defense.
Interesting enough here on 3rd and 6th. Potts will probably in 2 more downs here. Single back, trips left, single right. Becker in the gun. Ball's back. He's going to throw quick. The ball's high, nearly caught in and out of the hands. A well-thrown football there intended for Christian Alvarez. 4th and 6, Doug.
Alvarez a little frustrated with himself, kind of taps his helmet. Really should have had that one and would have given Pottsville another first down on that play. 4th and 6, you're going for it here down 40-7.
And the one thing you've noticed tonight, Doug, other than the overthrown home run they went deep on, they have not been able to get vertical tonight, not having the time. Becker just hasn't had the time to look 15, 20, 25 yards downfield. So we'll see if the Dogs pin their ears back. 4th and 6 on the 45. Becker in the shotgun. Dual sidecars, twins right and left. Snap is back. There's a false start. It's going to walk them back 5 more.
Yeah, it probably does change the thinking there because you're going to be back on your side of the 50 in the Pottsville. Brody quarterback Cole Becker he's coming right over to the coach. He might stay in there. They may think, hey, we're down 33. Doesn't matter, an extra 5 yards we're going to go for. But nope, they do change their mind. Going to punt it away. Evan Dunn coming in to do the duties on the punting side. He's been a nice punter thus far tonight. See how the boys deep, Dathan Tyson and Elijah Jordan, handle this one coming their way.
Love to see some acceleration. The Dogs, if you're deep and you're a return guy, you're looking for that low liner, Doug, that you can pick up, stay below the lights, punt is back, punt is off. Nope, this one's high. He's going to take it. Dathan Tyson makes a man miss down the sideline, hit out of bounds. So nobody got to the football. I really thought he might signal a fair catch. Nobody got to the football Dathan Tyson says, I'll take the 10 additional yards. 1st and 10 now. Ball on the 50. I'm sorry, make that the 40.
And that was weird, Nate, because nobody came over and came at Dathan Tyson, gave him a chance to catch that one and advance it about 10 yards. They actually mark it back at the 37 for the Bulldogs. 6:16 to go here, quarter number 3. Bulldogs 1st and 10. Someone coming in for Max Engel there at the end.
Thompson in. Handoff immediately. Patience by Elijah Jordan. Nice patience. He's not going down. What a run. And I'll tell you, he was patient. And we talked about the Jordan brothers. One thing they had in common last year was they might be short, but they're stocky, and they don't come down with arm tackles.
Really run the ball hard. Saw that all the last couple seasons with Brady Jordan, Elijah Jordan as well, really showing good speed and power on that play.
Loomis in the shotgun. Single back looks to be Jordan. Sechrist motions left to right. Immediate pass to the flats. Gets a block. No. Sechrist misses, but gets enough separation. Sechrist tried to get out there. They'll do that. They'll take the motion man and try to pick up a block as a lead fullback. But he broke it up just enough to give Tyson a chance to advance the football for the first down.
That's a nice play because, it sets up a couple different things. You could fake it to the wide man and go with the underneath man or something like that, do that kind of wheel route. So that's nice with Dathan Tyson powers ahead. We have a couple Pottsville players down with cramps again. So second half, the weather, the humidity really starting to take a toll. And again, really more than that, Nate, like we talked about, both of these teams have a lot of players playing both ways and on special teams. Don't get a whole lot of a break, and you're just not used to it after 7-on-7s and one scrimmage in the ballgame. Coach Hale showed us the score, Nate, so you wonder about those scrimmages. Who are you scrimmaging? Are they any good? So they scrimmaged Whitehall. Whitehall is up over William Allen, 50-0 in their first game of the season.
The only breakdown, I don't know the league that well, but what I'll say is Whitehall was predicted to win by nearly that score. So, again, I don't know the conference well enough to comment on it, but nonetheless, it's follow-through. There's proof in that pudding. Whitehall's well-coached, solid AD, class act program. Their fans last week came to Thompson Street Stadium. They were a class act.
And what's easy to forget is those are all 5A and 6A schools in that league in the eastern part of Pennsylvania.
So right now, Jersey Shore offensively looking to establish their identity in the gun. Loomis throws immediately a dart to the flats. We're going to see who caught that. I probably believe that's Dathan Tyson. He's been to that side the whole night. Yes, Dathan Tyson on the reception for 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 on the 46. Loomis in the shotgun, single back. Delayed draw up the middle. Bounce to the outside. Makes a man miss. Dragging the pile. With the way he ran that, I want to believe that's Tate Sechrist, but we'll see. Yep. You can just tell. You don't need to see a number. You just knew he was going to rumble and stumble and bumble, and that was Tate Sechrist.
Wow, just shoved the defender away, but I think there's a penalty on that play. There is on the far side. Going to be a holding, I think, or a face mask maybe at the end of that play. Yeah, face mask. So it was on that play as Tate Sechrist fighting ahead for the extra yardage. So not only does the Bulldogs pick up the first down, they're going to get a big 15-yarder against the Crimson Tide, going to take the ball down. You can tell, Nate, the Tide right now, they are a little defeated. They are definitely down. You can see the body language on their defense.
Whistle blown right under snap in the gun. Loomis going to look left. Yeah, and we talked about this. The one tendency I noticed, the only 7-on-7 I went to was Williamsport, and I noticed 1 out of every 4 plays because they were trying to go rapid fire. Hey, the hurry-up's great, but you take yourself out of it, Doug, every time you have a penalty.
But that one is going to go against the defense.
Are you serious?
So they didn't get set up, or they came across even quicker. But you're right, Nate. Your synopsis is correct. But the Bulldogs will say, "Hey, we'll take that extra 20 yards straight on 2 penalties."
You know what's great? They moved before we moved. Okay, so twins left, twins right to the flats. Elijah Jordan makes a man miss, gets north and south, bounces to the outside. They finally went to somebody else. Sweely comes up a little gimp on that play. Everybody, Doug, seems to be getting crampy tonight.
Not a surprise. First game of the season, August 25th. Hot and humid here, but nice completion there. First completion of the night, not to Dathan Tyson.
1st and goal on the 9. Loomis decides to stretch it out. He's going to try and pitch the football. He's going to keep it. get north and south. He gets to the pylon. Loomis scores. If there's no flags on the play, that's his first touchdown this season at QB, Doug. Break it down.
Nice 9-yard run. If you dial the film back, almost identical to the last time, although they were a little bit further to the left side of the field, so he had to run a little farther, but got to the corner. And, Nate, it goes back to what you said. Jaron Loomis probably can't beat you straight ahead with the quick speed, but, boy, when he starts to stretch it out, he's not slow and beat the cornerback to the corner of the end zone, got some nice blocks, or at least engaging in front of him there. Jaron Loomis, 9-yard run, 4:35 mark. And the Bulldogs, they're piling on, 46-7.
Snap to Loomis. The hold is down. The kick is up. It's good. Hey, you know what? We'll take it. So 4:35 to go here, 47-7. Bulldogs are up. And like you talked about it, Doug, there's usually something that breaks the back of the opponent. And right now Pottsville's got to dig themselves out of a big hole.
Defense pressure for the Bulldogs just causes a lot of different things. And then the offense, they are still ready to go, even though you got some players that are very, very tired. Max Engel off the field with a cramp, getting some rest, but players coming in saying, hey, we get an opportunity to play. And, boy, the offense, they were ready to go there. And you really have to give credit. Owen Vandruff, Slate Sechrist, Dyson Delaney, John Dahmer, Mason Larson. We don't get to call their names or don't call their names enough. Up front, Nate, both sides of the football, they have really done a nice job, and I've really been impressed by Caden Walker on the defensive side, number 75. He has really done a nice job in that interior part of the Bulldog defense. Good job, both sides of the line for the Bulldogs.
Brody Hurt will kick off here. Been a very long quarter tonight. Kicks it deep, down inside the 10. Returned by McFarland, gets to the middle. He bounces to the outside. He could be gone. Let's see if he's caught. Pushed out of bounds by, looks like that's number 28. Yes, it is. Pushed out of bounds by Peyton Whitman. And I'll tell you, they're very fortunate because there was an initial block that was in the back, but it was behind the play.
Super job there by Peyton Whitman not to give up and run it down. Had a couple players trying to get McFarland out of bounds, but there you can see why McFarland is a dangerous runner, 1,000 yards plus last year. Return all the way down to the 8, so about an 80-yard return there. Sets up the Pottsville Crimson Tide, but we are in the mercy rule here at 47-7, and we'll stay in the mercy rule throughout the second half. Even if you get under 35 points, that mercy rule stays in effect. So running clock, unless there's an injury or a score in the ballgame.
They're in the Wildcat, Nick Englert now. The trifecta back there. Nope, it's under center. Hands off immediately. I couldn't see him hiding in the pile. Cole Becker was there under center.
England on that carry.
No gain, though, Doug.
Well, you know the Bulldog defense, they're proud. They're a proud bunch, and they want to say, hey, we don't really want to give up. We gave up one score on a touchdown pass. We don't want to give up another one here on the rush. They're going to play hard.
That's going to bring up second down and goal from the 7-yard line. Becker again under center with 3 backs behind him. They motion to the right. Well, you know, and that's on 56. You're not calling his number out to make him look bad, but Slate Sechrist did jump on the shift, the motion to the right. Like you said, Doug, the Dogs do not want – I know an Alex Jackson defense does not want to give up a score here. Second and goal from the 3. Becker under center. Everybody inside 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. Fakes the handoff. He's going to go to the flats. Has a man open. Picked off inside the end zone. They're going to say he's out of bounds. They're not going to call him down in the end zone. They're going to say what he needed to do. Sweeney needed to sit down. And it's unfortunate because I thought the officials had blown it dead. And Sweeney continued the forward progress, which was actually a big break for Pottsville.
Really nice interception there by Ashton Sweeney. Good recognition. Everybody thought they had a man open deep, which they did, but they recovered, did the Bulldog defense, and Sweeney, nice play there for the INT.
Nobody guarding the receiver out here. There was nobody on 13. Snyder was all alone, nobody home. Pottsville had 10 guys on the field, but the Dogs will take the forward progress, getting outside the threat of a safety.
I think the Bulldogs just going to go tight formation here. Couple runs, punt this one away, keep that clock.
Loomis under center, immediate handoff, moving the pile. Tremendous surge. They're not going to give him close to the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up a third and about 4.
That was a nice push there. Mason Larson inside at center.
Loomis under center. Right to left motion. It's the counter. Nobody home. Big gain. And that's what happens when you stack the box, right? When it's third and short like that, that counter just needs a little bit of breathing room, and it's a big play.
So hard to stop all throughout the ball game. You are going to stop it every now and then, and they did early in the ball game. But Tate Sechrist still running super hard. Big first down there for the Bulldogs. Clock running under 2 minutes, quarter number 3.
Tight wides left and right. Motions left to right is Snyder. Loomis under center. It's a quick pitch right. That's Elijah Jordan. He has the corner. Does he cut it back? No. Good pursuit by Pottsville, limiting the Jersey Shore Bulldogs' first down series to 1 yard, or maybe not even 1. Yeah, they're going to give him 1, Doug.
At Bainbridge, he's tough from that cornerback position. Very sure tackle, really reads the plays well, and brought Elijah Jordan right down to the turf.
So let's see if the Bulldogs decide to go up top. It doesn't appear with the formations that they're in right now. They got Snyder left, single right. Loomis under center. Yes, it is. It's a quick hit. He sits down. It's Dathan Tyson. That's their favorite route. I feel like I'm having a deja vu moment, Doug.
He's going to end up with about 8, 9, 10 catches on the ball game. Really solid, Dathan Tyson. And that's great. You want to get a pattern that you know you can throw, but then you want to start to mix in to other receivers as well.
Loomis, the cross buck again. He's not tackled. Breaks away, holds on to the football. That's what I like to see, Doug. Get both hands on that football. Tate Sechrist again on the carry. Dragging tacklers. He's not going to come down with first contact or an arm tackle.
You're going to have 2 running backs, Tate Sechrist and Elijah Jordan, both going to be over 100 yards. Really kudos to the guys up front, Vandroff, Sechrist, Delaney, Dahmer, and Larson. Super job by the offensive lineman. Going to let this one run out here. Going to come to the end of quarter number 3. Nope, they're going to get one more snap.
They like the plays, don't they, Doug? Handoff immediately. Nobody gets him. Bounces it back, cuts back to the middle. All that running for maybe a half-yard gain.
So that will wrap up quarter number 3. The Bulldogs stretch out their lead both offensively and defensively. Really solid quarter, and that may have been the longest quarter we've had since we've been on the air. 47-7 Bulldogs. We're going to take a break. You're listening to High School Football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
40 years serving the Jersey Shore area community. All Round Tire, your hometown service and tire sales center. Family owned and operated, All Round Tire features Cooper, many other tire brands, including Michelin and Firestone. Make us your first choice not only for passenger, light truck, farm, and ag tires, but also for service, brakes, exhaust belts, and hoses. And we offer the only vulcanized flat repairs in the area. PA State Inspection 2, open weekdays 8 till 5, Saturday till noon. All Round Tire. Cement Hollow Road, Jersey Shore.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly back here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Fourth quarter ready to begin. And Nate, we were kind of making fun, but that really was a long third quarter. Lots of plays, some scores, some penalties, some timeouts for cramping and injuries as well. And then finally the Bulldogs add enough on to get into the mercy rule. So this last 12 minutes, no matter how it turns out, it's going to be in the mercy rule. Running clock unless there's an injury or a score. The Bulldogs go in up 40 points, 47-7.
Twins right, twins left. We got dueling sidecars in the gun. Loomis going to throw immediately to the flats. It's a hitch route internally. Good pitch and catch. What was 2nd and 9 is going to end up being about 3rd and maybe 7. So
Evan Snyder on that catch, his first career catch, Loomis. So, again, trying to figure out who else can we get in the passing offense for this Bulldog offense other than Dathan Tyson. Very important.
Dogs chewing clock, jet sweep left to right, fakes the handoff. It's the counter again. Tate Sechrist makes a man miss, and he's off to the races. Fortunately tackled. Good open field tackle on that play by number 90. What is that? 99. Tackle to the play by Braden Evans, the linebacker, 5'8", 180. He's a junior.
If you're a defender, you do not want to see Tate Sechrist in quarter number 4 still going full speed. He is hard to bring down.
Loomis hands off again to Tate Sechrist. See if he can bounce this outside. He does. Stiff arms a man. Good block on the perimeter. Sechrist gets across the 30. They're moving the chains. All of a sudden, Dogs stretching it out here.
Nice 10-play drive here underway for the Bulldogs. Looking to tack on another score, really put the kind of the dagger in it here on the road in Pottsville, Veterans Memorial Stadium.
Single back is still Sechrist. Twins right, twins left. Loomis in the gun. Immediate throw to Elijah Jordan. Cuts back in the middle. Bounces it back out to the outside. Does get a block, which sprung him for a pickup of 4 yards after the catch.
That's a nice little wrinkle. Put him out there in the slot and just throw it to him. He's in open space. Make a man miss. Pick up 4 or 5 yards. Positive yardage. New play.
Twins left, twins right. They're tight. Left to right motion. Handoff, jet sweep to Elijah Jordan. Cuts back up the middle. Gets north and south. I love when he plants that foot, Doug, because he could have stretched that play until tomorrow and not gained any yards. But he said, I'm going to take what I can get. I'll take the 2 or 3.
Really delivered a big hit at the end of that one, and that defender is staying on the field. So the clock will stop here with an injured Pottsville Crimson Tide player down on the field. Bulldog players taking off their helmets, getting a break here, getting some fluids in them as well. Tate Sechrist got to be approaching 150 yards. Elijah Jordan almost 100 yards in half number 1, well over that as well. So you're going to have 2 players, 125, 150 yards in the ball game. Really, really solid. So we got some out-of-town scoreboard again brought to you by Tie Dot and Embroidery. Go see the folks on Charles Street all season long. Nice update there, 25-21. The Lancers of Loyalsock in the fourth quarter lead over Berks Catholic. Mifflin County all over Central Mountain, 34-6. Still in the third quarter. Bald Eagle area still at 10-7. Montoursville, 49-0 over Wellsboro, and that stuff Wellsboro's not very good this year. State College, as expected, 49-17. But, hey, the Millionaires putting some points on the board. They'll get better as the year goes on. Boy, that's a surprise. South Williamsport shutting out Milton, final, 14-0. Again, here's the thing with Milton. Black Panthers, they're in 4A. That's why we mentioned them, but they lost Xavier Minimum. He did everything for them last year, and their offense obviously struggled tonight, getting shut out by a good South Williamsport Mounties team.
Straight I formation, Elijah Jordan deep, Loomis under center. He's going to keep this one on 3rd and 1, and look at him just go. My goodness, you might want to call that more often.
Wow. Again, let's call them out. Vandrup, Sechrist, Delaney, Dahmer, Larson up front. And, again, Mason Larson, only a sophomore at that center position. So critical at the middle of that line. What a push there. He got about 8 yards on that quarterback sneak, did Jaron Loomis.
And, give credit. Right now, Pottsville has a lot of second-tier guys in. Quick pitch left. Elijah Jordan tries to get the corner. Nearly tackled. Bounces to the outside. Gets north and south. Good yards after the initial contact. Takes what was 2nd and 9. Going to make this. First and 10. Going to make that 2nd and short.
A lot of people say, hey, why do you still have all the starters in? Hey, you want to reward them. They can put together some special numbers.
Tries to go back across. Decent look, a little late. Sweely was dragging from the left side all across the back end of the end zone. Wanted to hit Dathan Tyson in the flats, but well covered.
I like that play call because you're looking to Dathan Tyson. If he's open in the corner of the end zone, you throw it to him, but then you have another receiver coming across the backside.
Tate Sechrist, fullback pop, dragging people all alone into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. So just that quick, we used to call that the fullback pop out of the I formation. Immediate handoff, like you said, Doug, line doing a great job of getting a surge.
Well, that's a really super nice drive. Ends up being the longest drive of the night, 15 plays. 16 plays, Tate Sechrist ends up capping it off with that 5-yard touchdown run. And, Nate, what's really impressive, and again, late in the ball game, a lot of people really tired. You mentioned some of the second-teamers in for Pottsville, but that up-front line of the Bulldogs, again, Vandrup, Sechrist, Delaney, Dahmer, and Larson, they're putting together, they want to be a unit. They want to be a really strong, cohesive unit, and they really were strong on that drive, capping it off on the ground, Tate Sechrist with the touchdown. Putting together, I tell you, second quarter and third quarter, a lot of points scored in this ball game for the Bulldogs, 53-7.
Well, we talked about it, Doug. Other than the safety after the two initial, scoop and scores, we said the offense struggled to find an identity. Well, guess what I just saw? As you wear opponents down, there's nothing wrong with a conservative ground game when you get those chunk yards.
No question about it. And Coach Chris Davis just showed me Tate Sechrist, 20 carries, 171 yards, a couple touchdowns as well. So a super solid game from both of the starting running backs, Sechrist and Elijah Jordan for the Bulldogs.
Brody Hurt kicking the ball. The officials signal good. So Loomis gets the snap down. I want to give a shout-out right now to Mason Larson, doing a great job of long snapping tonight, centering the football, been responsible. It's not really been a snap issue tonight or a hold issue. So give credit to the line.
Yeah, and that timing becomes so important. Get that snap back, get the hold down, get the kickoff very quickly, and that's something that will come. That was just so automatic the last couple of years with Breck Miller, Cooper Peacock for the most part during the holding. But our kickoff coming up, again, we want to mention our sponsors brought to you by Joe's Equipment. Cement Drive, Jersey Shore, just off of Route 220. Visit Erin and her staff for all your equipment needs, steel products, parts, and service for all of those outdoor projects that still got to get done this fall without a question. Give Joe's Equipment a call, 570-398-1391, our kickoff sponsor tonight. And Steve and Alicia Wadsworth, we thank them for being a full package patron sponsor of Jersey Shore Bulldog football on the Bear. And then our out-of-town scoreboard, just caught up a couple of scores here just a minute ago. Tie dot and embroidery for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. And, boy, great game as expected. Third quarter, Delaware Valley, Selinsgrove Seals tied up at 14.
What a great game that is.
I tell you, that would be a really good win for Selinsgrove. Get them bonus points against a 5A school.
That's going to hit the ground. Picked up immediately, right around the 30-yard line. And truthfully, that was an ugly kick, but 0 return yards for Pottsville on that return.
One more scoreboard update. Shikellamy leading Central Columbia. The Braves have gone to a new offense, going to do the spread, getting away from the wing tee. Remember Logan Libby, the quarterback at Selinsgrove, now the offensive coordinator. They're giving it all over to him, and he's going to the spread. Brody Raybuck, the quarterback, is back, only a sophomore. That'll be interesting. One more score, Lewisburg-Shamokin tied fourth quarter 13-13. Those games are unbelievable between those two teams. Always a one-score game, sometimes in overtime.
And Shikellamy not returning many starters. That's impressive with the Logan Libby offense. In the gun, Cole Becker, first and down. Hands off immediately. Thompson with the initial lick on that play, but not until forward progress picks up 5 yards.
I have a couple second-teamers in. Blake Oglesby in on that defensive end line, 6 foot, 195, only a junior. Blake played a little bit last year, but he's going to get a lot more snaps this year. Get some great experience here in week number 1.
Paul Hale also in at safety. Comes up to cover the slot man, number 2, Latrell Matone. In the gun, Becker, 2 backs, hands off to the second back, met immediately by number 5. Bo Sechrist says, not on my watch.
And the Sechrist brothers, they're tough, man. They just great instincts no matter where they play. Linebacker position, which is probably Bo's natural position, defensive end as well. Just they know where the ball is, and they go and get it, and they go and get it hard. Number 10 also, Luke Thompson, that you've called his name a couple times now, inside linebacker on the defensive side as well. He's got nice size, 6 foot, 180.
Yeah, Luke Thompson, decent. He's a decent-sized kid, and he's got another year to develop and mature. Twins left, single right, 2 backs. Cole Becker in the gun. 3rd and 3. Hands off to McFarland. McFarland hit, but not until he gets the first down. He bounces to the outside. Let's see if he can take it to the house. Paul Hale gets there. Paul Hale says nope. Paul Hale does. Breakdown, makes a sure tackle. McFarland nearly off to the races.
Well, he's very good. There's no question about it. He's a senior, 5'8", 170, 1,000-yard-plus rusher last year. Broke that one outside. Best rushing attempt for the Tide all game long. Picks up a big first down inside Bulldog territory at about the 36. Running clock, Nate. 6:30 to go here in the quarter. 54-7 Bulldogs.
Twins left. Alvarez split to the right side of the field. Becker in the gun. Snap is back. Looks to get rid of it right away. Pressured. Rolls right. Throws it deep. Oh, nearly picked off. Good breakdown. We'll get a number on that.
That's perfect position there by the defender. I thought it was Ashton Sweely.
That was Carson Watkins.
Oh, Carson Watkins. Wow. That's
coming in,
nice
and I'll tell you something right now. His father coached over at the Youth League. Shout out to the Watkins family for all the good things they've done over there in Annisford. That has become a pipeline. Tom Gravish loves to go over there on Sundays and visit those kids, man. It has become a feeding ground for what is now. They're running some of the same plays. It's impressive.
He's only a sophomore. He's Carson Watkins. Really nice play there. Perfect technique to knock that one away.
Becker in the gun again. Twins left, single right, two backs. 2nd and 10, trying to get to the first down. Outside is McFarland. McFarland does get to the edge. Out of bounds. Thompson with the pressure. Snyder also, number 13, in on that pursuit. McFarland shows you that he can get the edge. We talk about this. How good, really think about this. How good could Pottsville be? I mean, you have a Tate Sechrist, you have a Max Engel, you have another Sechrist who comes in and plays great at the edge. But when you don't contain that, that's what happens.
Well, he's quick. He's very good. He gets a slice of space, and he can go. A couple big runs on this drive. 4:45 to go. Running clock here. Pottsville trying to add a score late in the fourth quarter.
Fullback number 99, Braden Evans. McFarland deep. Becker in the gun. Hands to McFarland. Good tackle on the play by number 5. That's Bo Sechrist.
Trent Severino also in the ball game. Saw him a little bit in the first half. Junior, 6 foot, 170. Pick up 2 on that play. So going to bring up second. They give him 3. 2nd and 7 from the 11. So can pick up a first down inside the 5.
Twins right. Split backfield. Cole Becker in the gun in the middle. Looks to the flats immediately on the slant. Good tackle by Snyder. A little extracurricular after the play.
Dumped him right down. That will be just short of the first down. So he's right at the 5. So going to be 3rd and about a half a yard. But good completion. You can tell Cole Becker, when he has time, he can deliver the football with authority, and did so there, setting them up here 3rd and short.
You know, what is a half a second? You know what I mean? Or an extra second to survey the field. You hit the nail on the head, Doug. He's got some time now. Becker in the gun, 3rd and 1 on the 5. Looking to put points on the board of the Crimson Tide. McFarland gets the handoff, makes a man miss into the end zone. Touchdown, Pottsville.
So at the 3:16 mark, McFarland, rightfully, if you're a Crimson Tide fan, gets rewarded there. Picked 2 big runs early on that drive. Ends that 5-yard run to cap it off. Take it to 54-13. You know, he's put together a nice night with those 2 big runs here late in the fourth quarter. He's going to end up with probably 75-plus yards in the ball game. So a good start for Parrish McFarland, trying to get his 2nd consecutive 1,000-yard season.
Oh, fumbled snap. Brody Herndon can't pick it up, and he's snowed in. Christian Alvarez takes a seat.
Trent Severino in on that tackle, along with Talon Malk. Called his name quite a bit at the end of last year, so Malk going to get some good duty here in the last couple minutes of this ball game. Gets a tackle for a loss on that PAT attempt.
Shout out real quick to the Beatty household. We didn't have a number 53 on the roster. They've changed his number. But Beatty's been in at defensive end, doing a nice job here. Only been out for football for about a year and a half. But, man, great progress in the weight room. Just shows you what the Gravish culture does. It changes things. So I didn't have his number here until just about 30 seconds ago.
Upcoming kickoff, again, brought to you all season long by Joe's Equipment. Go see him just off of Route 220. Steel parts, sales, and service. Joe's Equipment, kickoff sponsor this season.
Alvarez kicking off. Little short pooch kick received by number 31, Sechrist. He just takes it north and south. Picks up a few. Good field position for the Bulldogs here.
Well, Nate, if the Bulldogs can hold on to the football and run this one out, take their time, this should be the last drive or so of the ball game. Paul Hale coming in at quarterback, expecting him to get a number of snaps throughout this season, backing up Jaron Loomis.
Yeah, Coach Hale made the trip with us tonight. Coach Sean Hale, former coach at Bellefonte Central Mountain, as well as Hughesville.
And Central Mountain.
And he's coached us tonight, so he can put us on the resume, the Vitae. Under center, his son, Paul Hale. Timeout, Pottsville.
Unloading the bench.
It's going to make wholesale changes here with that timeout. And the appropriate time to do that, make sure you get 11 people in at the right positions. The Bulldogs, they've already done that. They are ready to go from the offensive side. 54-13. So the Bulldogs have answered a lot of questions here, Nate, but still a lot of questions to answer from week 1 to week 2. Who are going to be key players? We knew it was going to be Jaron Loomis, new at quarterback, Elijah Jordan, Tate Sechrist. Dathan Tyson obviously is going to be their number 1 look at wide receiver. On the defensive side, really solid. All the guys up front have really played well. Max Engel, expected to be a dynamic player, and he has been tonight. Tate Sechrist, Bo Sechrist, really solid as well. But the guys up front, Nate, Owen Vandruff, Slate Sechrist, Dyson Delaney, John Dahmer, and Mason Larson, really impressive for the Bulldogs.
Paul Hale under center. Immediate handoff to the fullback. That's Bo Sechrist. Makes a man miss. They're going to tackle him. Again, late whistles. Forward progress, I guess, never stopped on that play. They brought some linemen in here, Doug. We've got number 64, Braden Swales, 72, Zach Meyer, 73, Dubs Bloom. You've heard this right, 6'6", 330. And number 88, Matt Fravel. Quick pitch right. Down the sideline he goes. He's going to make a man miss. He's off to the races. 24, Talon Malk, touchdown. The pitch from Paul Hale was on the money. Hit him in the numbers, in stride, no hesitation. And he took it to the house.
Really nice job on the option. You know, it's funny, we just mentioned Talon Malk on the defensive side with that blow up on the PAT. He's got good speed, Nate, and Paul Hale did a nice job delivering the option there. So we thought maybe that would be the last series of plays, and it turns out not to be. And the Bulldogs hit 60 points in their season opener. You got to be satisfied if you're a Bulldog coach and a Bulldog fan. You put that many points on here in week number 1.
Loomis will hold again. 78 trying to get off the field for the Bulldogs. Brody Herr kicking. 60-13 is your score. Kick is up. Kick is good. So, Doug, let's go back and retrace that. You know, you said something earlier in the program, just had a thought here. You know, guys like Talon Malk last year got a lot more carries than you'd recall. And, you know, here he sits now as a 5'6", 175-pound junior that really, maturity-wise, is older than he appears to be on paper.
Oh, there's no question about that. A lot of great experience, and that is what getting games into the mercy rule early in the year like they did all last year except for one game. Really super impressive. Taylor Mock, nice run there. So we're going to try and do one more out-of-town scoreboard here in the last couple minutes. Tie, dot, and embroidery again leading the way. Screen print and embroidery needs. See the staff there, 570-398-4477. Selinsgrove tacked on 2 scores, 28-14. That is a great win, will be a great win for the Seals over Delaware Valley in their season opener. They're going to get all kind of bonus points for playing and beating the 5A Delaware Valley Warriors. Kickoff here, Joe's Equipment leading the way. Boy, he boomed that one all the way past the returner.
Down to the 3-yard line, picked up by number 8, and just leveled. Number 8, that was Avery Maracas. Here's the side of that coin, though, Doug. That's our first team special teams, and you know, right there, Pottsville trying to get some guys some reps, and
Paul
it is
Hale,
what it is.
Paul Hale with that tackle. So our out-of-town scoreboard, if Coach brings it up again here, he just popped it off here. Kind of fooled them. No. Lewisburg still tied with Shamokin at 13-13. Again, boy, those games are just absolutely every year, point by point. Just lost the internet a little bit. So we'll go down to that out-of-town scoreboard here. Shikellamy 14-7 over Central Columbia in the fourth quarter. The Braves trying to hang on and get a win in week number 1.
Pottsville looking to do something here. Number 4 in at quarterback, Brody Herndon, the 5'11 sophomore. Snap his back hand off immediately. Oh, big lick on that play. Let's see who that was. Not sure. Go to the out-of-town scoreboard.
Yeah, Mifflin County all over Central Mountain, 41-6. So a nice win there for the Huskies at home to start their season. Tough one for the Wildcats as they extend their losing streak. I think that's 11 games for the Wildcats of Central Mountain. Central all over Bellefonte. Boy, Bellefonte, they're struggling to get their feet under new coach Tony Confer as well.
All those out-of-town scores brought to you in part by Tie Dot Embroidery and Chris Frabel. In the gun. Quarterback delayed draw and met with a vengeance.
Loyosac Township still leading Berks Catholic in a great ball game up in Williamsport, 25-21 late in the fourth quarter. Lancers should really be good this year.
For the Bulldogs, Zeke Sechrist in, number 51 at linebacker. He's a freshman, 5'10", 185. The household Sechrist name, here's another one.
And it continues. Southern Columbia shuts out Berwick. Boy, that is a tough loss for Berwick at home, 50-0 for the Tigers of Southern Columbia as they go for state title number 7 in a row under Jim Roth.
Brody Herndon in the shotgun. It's 3rd and 10. Ball on their own 5. 43 ticks left on the clock in the fourth quarter. Snap is back. Immediate handoff to the fullback. Tries to get outside. He's in the end zone. That's a safety. Nope. Or touchdown. Paul Hale, touchdown. Scoop and score.
Third scoop and score.
And listen, Coach Hale, I wish we could turn this one camera around, get a glimpse of him here right now, giving us the out-of-town scoreboard as his son just scores. Hey, listen, take a break. Get that out-of-town. I want to celebrate that right now. That's awesome, brother. Take a minute. Just take that in. Your son just scooped and scored. I'll tell you what, there's three scoops on that cone tonight.
Unbelievable. Thought it was going to be a safety, but the play was not dead, and the ball comes out, and Paul Hale, Johnny on the spot, scoops it up. That's the first scoop and score, first defensive touchdown, first touchdown of his high school career.
Unbelievable.
32.1 seconds to go, but the score the coach was going to give me in the area, Muncie going to get a nice win over Warrior Run on the road, 33-20 over the defenders.
Brody Herr, the kick is up. Brody Herr finding his rhythm here late in the fourth quarter. So the point tacked on makes it 68-13. Like you said, Doug, I thought it was a safety, and then I thought he got across the line, and here it was another scoop and score. So that's 3 defensive scoop and scores tonight along with a safety. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive that it comes out late in the ball game with another score, but really what I was trying to say is really impressive that the Bulldogs have come out here on the road, Nate, and last year we were surprised at the 55-12 win at home in Thompson Street Stadium. But the Crimson Tide was banged up, missing their best player.
Yes.
Joey Palco was out with a broken hand at the beginning of the ball game. He's now at Penn State as a preferred walk-on. I think he wears number 4 this season. But the Bulldogs here have really stretched it out in quarters number 2 and 3 in particular, but then added a couple scores here late, stretched it out 68-13 for the Bulldogs here. Going to wrap this one up here in just a couple seconds.
Yeah, really a good night for the defensive unit of Alex Jackson. I mean, when you have guys that don't start on the depth chart able to produce a score like that, and you have Talon Malk able to carry one into the end zone on the offensive side, fumbled return picked up, Paul Hale there again. He wants another piece of that.
He's good on the special teams. You always need those guys that can really track down the football. And Paul Hale, last 2 times down, made really big hits. So another snap or two, and it's going to wrap this one up. So the Bulldogs on the road going to go to 1-0, 68-13. Hopefully will be the final. Again, we want to give a shout-out to our sponsors, patron sponsors Steve and Alicia Wadsworth. All season long, Kickoffs Joe's Equipment, our out-of-town scoreboard, and we probably won't do that again in the post-game. Tie Dot and Embroidery for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Give them a call at 570-398-4477. So, Nate, what we'll do in the post-game, once we go to that commercial, we'll come back one time, do a couple stats that Chris will give us, and then we'll just wrap it up here on the road. We'll try and do a little bit more when we're at home. And our player of the game. That can be hard to pick. A lot of different people you can pick from, but I think I have one that has played great on both offensive and defensive sides of the ball game tonight. Penalty on that play, but this one's going to run out. The officials are going to let this one go. Final is going to be 68-13. The Bulldogs on the road. Big win to go to 1-0 over the Pottsville Crimson Tide.
You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football. Once again, that score as the fourth quarter clock comes to an end. 68-13 on the road. Bulldogs a big victory tonight. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Always supporting the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, it's the Twilight Diner in Loganton, open 7 days and featuring a full menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and daily specials. So good, people ask for their food by name, and they bring that great taste on the road with the Twilight Diner on wheels. And now at this area's newest venue for weddings, reunions, and gatherings, Miller's Barn in Tylersville. Hold your next event in the middle of Amish country. Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, Loganton, 570-725-3911 for takeout.
Need insurance? See Fager Insurance. Fager Insurance at 511 East Church Street in Lock Haven is an independent agency representing Erie Insurance. Fager Insurance works for you to get the best coverage at the best possible price with superior service. You are the person that counts. If you have a loss or claim, Fager Insurance will be there to guide you through the process. Fager Insurance offers auto, home, flood, business, and life insurance. Since 1964, Clinton County residents have trusted Fager Insurance at 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven. You should too. Fager Insurance.
Life moves pretty fast, and so does technology. So we should be proud that after over 40 years, Reese's Print Shop in Lock Haven still provides excellent work for everyone in Bear Country. So many other print shops have closed their doors, but Randy Reese still offers digital and offset printing at competitive prices, and they're fast. Reese's Print Shop, 7 East Main Street, Lock Haven. Stop in, email randy@reesesprintshop.com or call 570-748-6528. Reese's Print Shop. See what we can do for you or your company.
At Taco Bell, we like to keep mornings simple because before 11 a.m., you're not down for whatever.
No.
You're not interested in trying new things.
No.
You want a breakfast that's toned down and delicious, like the Breakfast Crunch Wrap with fluffy eggs, sausage, melty cheese, and a crispy hash brown and a grilled tortilla.
I want to eat that.
See? You may not be a morning person, but it's morning, and you're a person. Taco Bell breakfast, served until 11 a.m. At participating Taco Bell stores during breakfast hours only while supplies last.
B.A. Mikesell is a local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical contractor. With over 10 years servicing north central Pennsylvania, B.A. Mikesell has built relationships with home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Mikesell's trained electricians for all of your electrical needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading warranties. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Mikesell Electric, a proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
A proud supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, TLC Fuels is a family-owned local business. Established in 1998, TLC Fuels serves residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. From fuel oil to diesel fuel and gasoline, TLC Fuels has thrived on a consistent dedication to you and your family. Call 570-753-5722 today.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly back for the post-game wrap-up here on the Bear. Doug, week one, man, I think I might have to get back to the gym. I'm not quite in the kind of shape to even broadcast the hurry-up offense and all the excitement we saw on the defensive side of the football tonight. But we're going to get right to the breakdown here. The objective stat lines don't lie. The numbers are real. So, Doug, fill them in.
Well, what's really impressive, Nate, and thanks again to Coach Chris Davis for providing all the stats all season long and past seasons as well. The three scooping scorers on the defensive side, Bo Sechrist, 1 for 15 yards, Slate Sechrist, 1 for 6 yards, and then just a couple minutes ago, Paul Hale, 1 for 3 yards. So you have three defensive scores, very, very impressive. Had double-digit number of guys with tackles in the ball game, led by Max Engel, Tate Sechrist, Bo Sechrist, and the guys up front really have done just a super job on that defensive side. Slate Sechrist, Brody Herr, Owen Vandrer, Peyton Samar, Bo Sechrist, Dathan Tyson. Super job up front on both the offensive and defensive lines. On the offensive side, ground game led the way. Tate Sechrist, 21 carries, 171 yards, 2 TDs. Elijah Jordan, 17 carries, 123 yards, also 2 touchdowns. Jaron Loomis chipping in very nicely, 6 carries, 42 yards, and a TD. And then Taylor Mount only carried the ball game, 56-yard touchdown as well. Certainly deserves a mention. Through the air, Jaron Loomis, not bad, 14 for 21, but had the 2 interceptions, 1 TD as well. That TD to Dathan Tyson for 15 yards, total of 94 yards through the air. So you want to see that improved, eliminate those interceptions as well. But pretty decent balance, but you thought, as it should be, going to be run heavy with the line we have up front as well. Tate Sechrist leads the way tonight for the Bulldog offense.
It was an impressive night. You know, there were moments where, like, the third quarter seemed to drag and, like, there wasn't a lot of action, but yet your head needed to be on a swivel because moments later it was 30 seconds to another score. And Jersey Shore is, you know, the line that we always sometimes take for granted is time of possession. And it doesn't take much. They're a juggernaut, let's face it. The weight room's paid off. The culture hasn't changed. So come out next Friday night to Lewisburg. The Green Dragons come to Thompson Street Stadium, pack the stadium. Also, hats off to all the sponsors this year. I want to say one thing. Remind your friends and family that if they don't know to tune into the program, to make that a priority as there's 6 road games, 5 more left on the schedule this year. Doug, right now we're going to talk a little bit about player of the game. It's always a challenge to give out that award because you could give it to the defense tonight, but you have a player in mind. Who is it?
You certainly could give it to the defense with those 3 scooping scores, but you really have to give it to the player that probably played the most good all-around game. Special teams contributed, defense contributed with another solid game, and obviously on the offense led the way on the ground. So senior running back, defensive end, Tate Sechrist leads the way, 21 carries again, 171 yards, and 2 TDs.
I believe they've arrived. They buy into the culture. They're a program that's healthy, hungry, and humble. And they're making the off-season count, and it's reproducing, like I said, a culture of next man up. The tradition doesn't graduate, and it's hard to believe. I almost have to stop and pinch myself. It's almost like I expect it to be a different type of year, but much of the same.
No question about it. Great win on the road here for the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. Again, 68-13 is the final. As always, it's a great day to be a Bulldog here on the Bear Country Sports Network. We'll see you next week, week number 2 at home against the Lewisburg Green Dragons.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach Sean Hale. Thank you, Vince Swartz. Hats off to Dr. Dave and Karen back at the station and all those that make this program happen. And to those listening ears and those eyes that are viewing tonight at home, it's been another great broadcast. I'm Nate Carpenter, Doug Byerly, signing off. You've been listening to Jersey Shore High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Thanks for listening to the season opener. Next week, Lewisburg at home, one of only 4 home games this season. And it'll be brought to you by Hollick's Coal Yard, McMahon Ferguson Associates, Susquehanna Trailways, B.A. Mikesville Electric, the Dave Winkleman team at Anchor Real Estate, Jiffy Market and Deli, Regani, Gleghorn and Hafley, TLC Fuels, Napa and Jersey Shore and Mill Hall, Jason Eberhardt State Farm Insurance, All Round Tire, Ex-Agway, the Twilight Diner in Miller's Barn, Baldbird's Brewing Company, Reese's Printing, Muncie Bank and Trust Company, Fager Insurance, Joe's Equipment, Tie Dot and Embroidery, and River Valley Internet, to which we say thank you for helping us bring you the Bulldogs on the Bear Country Sports Network.